So, my wife and I went on holiday to Crete, and this is a video for me as much as anything, but I thought you might be interested. Obviously, this is Crete, part of Greece, eastern end of the Mediterranean, and the area we were was this blob, the Akrotiri Peninsula. We were staying in Stavros, and this video is there, Monikrias ton Agilon Agioionau Atmitos Monastery, the Governato Monastery. Taxi dropped me off there. I didn't think you could get into the monastery to begin with, so I walked round, took this panorama from the side. You can see the monastery hopefully in the middle there. I was quite pleased with that one. Then walked back round to the front. The sign there, somebody told me, actually only applied to the building itself. You can't take photos in the campus or the ground itself, but when you're on the other side, so the side of the monastery there, it had been damaged and they're slowly repairing it, so doing work on it. And from the flat bit in front, panorama on the left, memorial to people who died in the Second World War at the time of, then the monastery, then an abandoned church, and then the path down the mountain. That's the path there. Now all the way down I'd been seeing this, which originally I thought was Catholico, or the Catholico Church. It's actually the Church of St. Anthony, I believe, which I didn't get to itself. I'll probably explain why later. But back onto the path and got down to there. Oh, that's just it's pretty typical of the path. It's not too bad. Steps and whatever, but it's in decent shape and it's not too hard. And this is at the Cave of the Bear, which was that complex I just showed you. It's the entrance to the little chapel at the Cave of the Bear. The Cave of the Bear itself named for that formation which looks like a bear. I can kind of see why when you first go in it's like, ooh, what's that? And it's been used as a font and whatever. Actually been a site of worship apparently since Hellenic Greek times. It was a site for Artemis. As I walked down, I had a sort of thalata moment. That's the view down to the beach, where unfortunately you can't swim. This is part of the monastery's land. I got as far as that switchback. This is what I was trying to get to, Catholico Monastery, which I was just above without realising it. But it looks like something out of Indiana Jones, if you ask me. So hopefully I'm going to go back. But if I'd continued, eventually you get down there to the beach, or you can take the path into the mountains. I actually walked back up, hitched a lift, down the road. You can see the road's not too bad. It's reasonably steep, nothing horrendous. Down, that's Kumaris, the village, to just up here, the rather better known Agia Triada Monastery, Moni Agia Triada, Holy Trinity Monastery. That's the front of it. Rather beautiful building, but much nicer inside, as hopefully you'll see there. This panorama didn't work quite as well. There's a little bit of blur, but gives you an idea of what's going on. It's lovely in there. There's links to my Flickr, and it's also on my Facebook and my Google Plus. Other photos I took out there. So I went down just sort of on a whim because I wanted to go and see what it was, and so yeah, without really knowing what I was doing, went. Path not that hard, and the big problem was I only took a litre of water, which was kind of stupid. So by the time I got to those switchbacks where I turned around, I'd already had half a litre of water. So I had to turn around at that point and go back up. I'm hoping to go back, Alice and I both want to go back to Crete next year. And I want to do that properly. And I think it's not even a case of that you need hiking boots. Just I was wearing a pair of shoes, suitable for a city summer, just a decent stout pair of shoes and a bit more water, and I think I'd have been set, and I could have gone down and had a really good look. So that's what I'm hoping to do when we next go back. As I said, there's links to more photos if you're interested in the description. I've also set up a Tumblr if you're into that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm Landon Cole. That was my holiday video.